good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody. I'm the speaker for today. My name is Deng Li Hong. Nice to meet you. The main topic of my presentation is how to register your patent in the most cost-effective and time-efficient way in China. I will introduce the procedure for PPH to submit request in CNIPA in 3 parts. The first part is Introduction to China PPH. The second part is Advantages of PPH. And the third part is PPH application requirements. Please see the picture. This is the number of PPH applications entered China by IP5 from 2011 to 2022. The first is the United States, the second is Japan, and the third is Europe. Up to now, CNIPA has initiated 20 PPH programs with foreign patent offices, through bilateral and 5 major patent offices. The above foreign patent offices are Japan, United States, South Korea, Europe, Germany, and so on. These are the countries that initiate PPH programs with China. Next, I will introduce the second part, Advantages of PPH. I will also introduce this part into a section of benefits to applicants and a section of benefits to IP offices. The benefits to applicants section is divided into 3 parts. Faster patent grant, higher grant rate, and lower filing costs. The applicant can obtain patents faster around the world to build a global portfolio quickly. PPH applications have been granted at higher rates than non-PPH applications. A few number of negative office actions issued for PPH applications have resulted in lower filing costs. Benefits to IP offices section is divided into 2 parts, reduce the workload and improve the examination quality. The second office can reduce its search and examination workload by using the information collected in the search and examination by the first office. The second office can improve its examination quality by referring to the search results and examination methods of the first office. Next, I will use a chart to illustrate the advantages of PPH applications compared to all applications. The average time for PPH applications to receive the first office action is 1.21 months. The average time for all applications to receive the first office action is 13 months. Until grant and or rejection, the average time of all applications is 16.50 months, while the average time of PPH applications is 8.76 months. Next, I will introduce the third part. It is PPH application requirements. For the third part, I will divide it into 7 sections to explain. The 2 main types of PPH are normal PPH and PCT PPH. Normal PPH is submitting a PPH request based on national or regional review results. PCT PPH is submitting a PPH request based on the review results of the PCT international phase. The application for PPH must meet the following conditions. A. Electronic submission. B. The application must already be an electronic application before the PPH request is submitted. C. The applicant should submit request documents through the customer terminal of the Chinese Patent Electronic Application System. D. The submission of a PPH request should use the dedicated form of the PPH request and the specified document type. Regarding application fee, PPH requests no official fees. Regarding timing for submitting PPH, the applicant has two opportunities to submit PPH request for the same application. After the publication of the Chinese application, before entering the substantive examination phase, or at the same time as submitting the substantive examination request. The timing of submitting a PPH application is shown in this picture. Next, let's talk about applicable conditions for PPH request. Now we are going to take IP5 PPH as an example. The CNIPA application for which participation in the IP5 PPH pilot program is requested must have the same earliest date. Whether this is the priority or filing date of the corresponding national regional application filed with another IP5 office. The CNIPA application is either including PCT, national phase application. For normal PPH, the relationship between the Chinese application and the corresponding application must meet the following conditions. An application which validly claims priority under the Paris Convention to the corresponding application filed with another IP5 office. An application which is the basis of a valid priority claim under the Paris Convention for the corresponding application filed with another IP5 office, including PCT national phase application. An application which shares a common priority document with the corresponding application filed with another IP5 office, including PCT national phase application. A PCT national phase application where both the CNIPA application and the corresponding filed with another IP5 office are derived from a common PCT international application having no priority claim. This picture shows a case meeting requirement A and I. For PCT PPH, the relationship between the Chinese application and the corresponding application must meet the following conditions. A. The application is a national phase application of the corresponding international application. B. The application is a national application as a basis of the priority claim of the corresponding international application. C. The application is a national phase application of an international application claiming priority from the corresponding international application. D. The application is a national application claiming foreign domestic priority from the corresponding international application. E. The application is the derivative application of the application which satisfies one of the above requirements A to D. The picture shows a case meeting requirements A and I. In the latest work results of at least one corresponding application in the other four major patent offices, it is clearly stated that at least one or more claims in the corresponding application are allowable, patentable. That's affirmative opinions have been given on some claims. The latest claims in Chinese application have the same scope as or are smaller than the allowable, patentable claims in the corresponding application. Next, let's talk about requirements for PPH request files. Now we are going to take IP file PPH as an example. This is the PPH request form. Next, let's talk about the submission of necessary attachments. The following are the types of necessary attachments. The types of necessary attachments include copies and translations of all allowable patentable claims, copies and translations of all office actions, copies of all reference. The attachment must be submitted with the PPH request form. Submit copies and translations of the claims and office actions, and complete copies should be submitted. The content of the copies should be consistent with the translation. Translation type is Chinese English. The following are the situations where submission can be omitted. For national PPH, the copies of the corresponding application claims and office actions as well as their translation can be accessed through the case access system. For PCT PPH, the copies of the corresponding application claims and the office actions and the English translations of the copies of the office actions can be obtained through patent scope. When requesting PCT PPH, the translation of the copies of the corresponding applications claims can be omitted. Reference that serves only as a reference and does. Regarding examination of a PPH request, after receiving the PPH request submitted by the applicant, the CNIPA will initiate the examination of the PPH request in China. When the application has entered the substantive examination phase and the corresponding application date is available. Types of PPH notifications include PPH request approval, decision notification, and PPH request for correction notification. If the examiner does not agree to accelerate the examination of this application, They will indicate the defects in the office action and allow the applicant to resubmit the PPH request again. When resubmitting, the applicant should file up to the PPH request again and resubmit all relevant documents. A PPH request for correction notification within 15 days from the date of receiving the correction notification. After overcoming the defects pointed out in the correction notification, the approval decision notification agreeing to accelerate the examination will be received. Finally, let's talk about the substantive examination procedure after PPH request approval. The application for approval of PPH request should be accelerated during the substantive examination phase in accordance with the PPH procedure. The substantive examination standards for PPH applications are the same as those for general applications. Thank you for your attention.